Morning, boys. Off for a gentleman's ride today. I think Rich will be on board for that. He's usually pretty accommodating. It was a tough week. I was sick again. I'm already tired, and all I did was get in my truck.
Can I have you?
Good morning. Could I have 2 Egg McMuffins and a large orange?
Sorry, 2 Egg McMuffin
and a large orange juice?
That's it?
That's it. Thank you.
All right, so after getting scolded by the McDonald's takeout lady, I was even more anxious than normal to be on time for Rich. He gets up at 3 in the morning. He's always there early. I don't want to hold him up, especially not today.
So I raced to get here early. I said 7:30. Got here at 7:20. Going to the parking lot. There are 5 guys suited up, ready to go, waiting for me. I want to go ride the hard stuff.
Looks like it, man. Air filters every ride, oil filters every ride.
All right, so I got ready as fast as I could. I get the nod. I don't know these guys. They all look very serious. The whole gentleman's ride thing, right out the window. P.S. I'm on the 390 today. I brought it because it was going to be a gentleman's ride. Now I got to ride the thing hard, which actually turns out to be really good. Typically I ride the 2 strokes, either the 200 or the 300 KTM, and it always takes me a while to get back to the 4-stroke. But I've made an important change. I switched out the breather tube, and the guy on the internet told me that's going to fix everything.
There you go.
How is it?
Good. It's all right.
You're right behind me.
Elbows up.
The only reason I'm right behind Rich is because I'm trying to ride this 4-stroke, keep the revs up to stay away from that stalling. And I'm just going faster. Basically, I'm riding for all I'm worth. This is like the max I can do. This is like a hare scramble for me. But check it out, I just see Rich's dust here. I'm keeping it close. This is a big deal. If you listen to my throttle through here, I'm still chopping it pretty hard, and I don't think the 4-stroke likes that. It sort of sets that downward momentum spiral. Try to smooth that out later in the ride.
Any major changes?
I don't remember.
Any major changes?
Like 16 or 17.
Seem to be moving.
No way. Yeah. Wow.
First time I do it backwards. I never got one.
Yeah, you ever have any problems with your breather valve on the top?
No, not yet.
I've heard people complain that they don't work. I actually have 2 different kinds. I have the Motion Pro, and then I got the orange topped one that supposedly like keeps the dirt and water out. The orange one, when I press that, I can hear it come out. The blue one, the Motion Pro on like the actual air fork side.
Oh, I was talking about your gas vent, not your suspension.
You know, I'm glad we got that sorted out because I was starting to think I was underestimating the whole breather tube thing. Basically, I think it reduces vacuum, cuts out the charcoal canister. I don't know, it works. The bike is not stalling as much, and I'm starting to really go for it on the gas. Check it out up here. This thing has me flying through the air. I almost clipped that tree. This is new territory for me, and I gotta say, I'm really enjoying it. But man, it is work. In addition to adjusting to the different engine characteristics, I'm also getting used to the different chassis and suspension. It's not totally different, but I went through this process with the 200 and the 300, where at the outset I kind of ride around stuff a little bit too much. And eventually I get comfortable hitting stuff and jumping stuff, which is what we all should be doing.
The trail hasn't changed.
Not a lot.
Oh wow. Still beat.
I've changed.
What?
I've changed.
Yeah.
Get older.
Yeah, like when I follow some of the other guys we ride with, they still feel away, and I have no idea how they do it.
Man, you can hear me sucking wind. We are not that far into the ride, but at this pace on this bike, man, you can see my heart rate goes straight up. I just gotta breathe. This next section here, I'm a little smoother on the throttle, just trying to kind of ease up on the effort level. Listening back to it carefully here, I think the difference is when I ease off the throttle, I don't totally close it, or at least I reduce the amount of time that it's totally closed. Very different from my two-stroke riding habits. Probably overall it's what I should be doing on all the bikes, and it definitely makes a difference because when you snap it shut hard on this bike, the momentum does really go toward the stall. Of course, on this fast flowing stuff, it was perfect.
Now, which one is that? The fast way? Which one's that?
No, it's I got it on Trailbound
Okay.
Co. He's the guy that does all the hard enduro riding, and he's got his own website. It's this guy. But so speaking of right here, this downhill that has like 4 different ways to go down.
Yeah.
If you get to the bottom and turn around, it's pretty cool. One of the lines is like kind of a hard enduro line to go backwards.
Really?
So if you want to try it, like.
Rich is always up to try the hardest thing imaginable, so of course he's going to take the bait on this one too.
You guys want to do that? Or wait for him?
I think I'm good.
You did good. Okay. No, especially not knowing what was there and still making it through with momentum. That's perfect.
So Rich is showing off his mad enduro skills on me. I'm just like trying to get through this ride. Although once again, I see some of Rich's dust here. I think like I'm kind of close. I'm kind of about to pass out, but I'm definitely kind of close.
Go just to the right of that rock, and there's a big diagonal loop going across the trail. It's about a foot up. You see it halfway up the trail? That's the hard line, because that'll buck you.
So that part would go all the way to the right and then across above that rock.
Yep, and you can loop around that way too, yeah. So whatever way you want, but
You gotta go
I like
straight.
the first line.
straight, which way? Up the...
To the far right.
Yep, I get you.
So our tour guide gives us the choice of lines and then immediately goes right up through the most difficult line. I would tell you his name, but I was breathing too hard to even introduce myself. Anyway, let's see what Rich gets up to.
Should we go back?
What's up? No, I'm good.
Hell
yeah, buddy.
Go these
A little airtime on that lower rock section too. That was sweet.
That was good. That was actually an area where in the past, the 390, I might have stalled it, and this time wasn't even close. So that was great. We get back into the woods here, and well, you know. Well, I'm really happy with that section because that is some of the tougher stuff for me on the 390. Really technical, really slow, a lot of balance involved. And then Rich has a little, some kind of mechanical over here. But man, I got no time for that. There's this hairpin turn and a climb after it, which I know is not easy. So Rich, good luck to you. I hope you don't die by the side of the trail, and I'll see you at the top of the next hill.
It's way more work than the 300.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What size is that?
What's that?
What is it?
390.
Yeah, what's that weigh? What do you think the 390 weighs? What does it weigh?
Probably 260.
It's got
Yeah, it's a big bike out here.
265 maybe. It's pretty
bike out
heavy.
here.
Gentleman's ride, right?
What's that?
Gentleman's ride?
Yeah, exactly.
What does that mean?
Oh, looks like cruise, like.
They couldn't get the parts.
I think I'm overbiked.
You seem to be doing great in comparison to.
It's not bad. It's just a lot of work. I mean, not a lot of work.
Well, this is held together. Epoxy and zip ties, so I'm glad about that.
Epoxy and zip ties, I mean, that's how we roll. Problem solved, you know. Going back into the woods here, there is one spot where I blip the throttle just a little bit and jump over a rock or something, and the stalling issue rears its head, and I've kind of isolated it so you can hear it. It's very short, and it just sounds like fuel starvation, basically. I'm still tracking down this last little part of the problem. I would love to fix it. It's right about here, coming up to this tree on the right. So if you heard that, just like no fuel for just a split second, that's the issue I'm still trying to track down. There was one slightly better example later in the ride. I'll stick it in here. Just when I get to the top of this little chute, I jump off a rock and it just dies momentarily.
That was as close to a flame out as it's come.
Not a whole lot of time to think about that niggling issue. Here we're just blasting through some single track, and this, for me, this is fast. Yeah, that was me trying hard in the flowy single track, and this next part here is me trying hard in the tough like roar Enduro cross section. Oh, this was hard work.
Neutral.
That's right.
It's $2,000, and that covers all food, lodging. He'll pick you up from the airport, everything.
Yeah, Romania. I think you can get them for like 1,000 to 1,500.
Bike, your bike is prepped and ready for you every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You just have a nice place to stay.
Yep.
People up.
Yeah. Well, maybe that'll be next year.
What level do you want to ride?
You're in the
Yeah,
boons too. Like they stop by farms and stuff like that.
All right, we ready?
We're burning daylight.
All right, so once we wrapped up that little coffee clutch there, we got back into the actual riding, and it wasn't any more of a gentleman's ride now than it was before. The technical stuff just keeps on coming. I'm getting better on the 390, right? Like the adjustment to the four-stroke is kind of, I wouldn't say complete, but we've made substantial progress. And this part here, I mean, if I make it through here without stalling, I'm in great shape. The bike is good.
I fucking clipped the branch so hard. It's okay.
How'd you do that?
We were coming through a section, and it like when I turned, it was just not protected because someone bent this. I don't know why they do that.
What size is that?
300? So doing it again, I think I go back to like a big bike, like 450. I miss it. I had a 570. I miss it. It was like riding a couch out here, but I mean, I can see video of it myself. Yeah.
A sincere thanks to the anonymous maniacs who turned our gentleman's ride into a half hare scramble. It was awesome. Thanks to the guy who recommended the breather hose for the Beta 390. It really does seem to do the trick, and at like $10 for a pack of 8, can't go wrong. Guys, I'm in love again. The Beta 390. Stay safe. See you for the next one.